Buenos dias, niños. Mary Jane here today, reading Biblioburro by Jeanette Winter. Now, this book is not in Spanish, but it is about a very important person named Luis, based on a true story about Luis, who would like to have all the boys and girls in very distant villages to be able to have books. So he goes into his collection and he travels far and wide so that children can have books in their homes to read. So let's begin. Biblioburro, a true story from Colombia. Deep in the jungles of Colombia, there lives a man who loves books. His name is Luis. There's Luis. As soon as he reads one book, he brings home another. Soon the house is filled with books. His wife, Diana, grumbles. "What are we going to do, eat books with our rice?" Luis thinks long and hard. At last, an idea pops into his head. I can bring my books into the faraway hills to share with those who have none. One burro could carry the books, and another burro could carry me, and more books. Uno burro, dos burros, and there's Luis. Luis buys two sturdy little burros. He names them Alpha and Beto. He builds crates to hang on their backs and paint signs. Biblioburro, the burro library. Then Diana fills the crates with books. Every week, Luis and Alpha and Beto set off across the countryside to faraway villages in the lonely hills. This week, they travel to El Tormento. That's another little village close by. When the sun burns high in the sky, Luis and the burros stop at a stream to drink the cool water. After they have their fill, Beto starts balking. Luis pulls and pulls on Beto's reins, but Beto won't budge. "The children are waiting for us." At last, the burro gives in and steps across the stream. I bet he's tired going so far. Deep in the hills, the path is lonelier than ever. Bird songs are the only sounds they hear. Then, from deep in the shadows, a bandit leaps out. El bandito. "Please let us pass," Luis says. "The children are waiting." The bandit scowls at the books, but he takes one and growls. "Next time, I want silver." The Biblioburro continues on its way over the hills until at last Luis sees the houses below. The children of El Tormento run to meet them. Los niños corriendo. Luis insists on reading a story before they choose books to borrow. "Today I have a surprise for you," he says. He reaches behind the books and pulls out a bundle of masks, little piglets. "Put on a mask and I'll read you a tale about pigs." Los niños. And they're listening to the story, Los tres cerritos, the three little pigs. When the story ends, it's time for everyone to choose a book. The children hold their books close as they say goodbye and walk home. Luis and Alpha and Beto head back, over and around the hills, across the grasslands and streams, and into the sunset. At home, Luis feeds his hungry burros, and Diana feeds her hungry husband. But then, instead of sleeping, Luis picks up his book and reads deep into the night. far away in the hills, candles and lanterns burn as the children read borrowed books deep into their night too. I hope, boys and girls, that you are going to read a book tonight and read a book in the morning too. Colorín colorado, este cuento se ha acabado. Adiós, niños. Hasta la próxima.